Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. Hey, what's up, guys? Hold on 1 second. Anybody watching? Thank you so much for holding on. How's it going out there? One second. It's not what you think, guys. This is for the mosquitoes. It's a piece of paper bag rolled with coffee that mosquitoes hate. Burnt coffee. Uh, if you like, if you put coffee grounds in a, I recommend putting it in cardboard because they hate it. Yeah, mosquitoes hate that. If you if you light like a good amount, they won't come near your house. But anyways, how you guys doing? Hey, what's up, Jake? How you doing tonight? Thank you for coming in here. Appreciate that. Just right here chilling before bed. Usually come out here in my backyard. It's like a forest back here. But yeah. Can you guys hear me good? The sound good? Been noticing my headphones. My phone sounds better than the headphones. There you go again. It's really weird. Sorry if you guys come in here and then like the chat has been weird. It's like it doesn't. I don't know. It's almost like people can't stay in here or something because they told me they leave. It makes them leave or something. I don't know. It's weird. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to say, hang in out there. We're in some crazy times. You guys be careful out there driving. There's a lot of crazy drivers right now. It seems like, I hate to say it like that, but it seems like there's like, I don't know, like like the laws aren't what they used to be, and people aren't scared of the going to jail anymore because all the craziness that's been happening, I guess, and all the people stealing out there and all that. Hey, we're in crazy times, so I guess it just depends where you live, but there's a lot of places like that. Thanks for the like. Um, yeah, these are the days where you have to. I would really recommend like having a bug out bag inside of your vehicle. Like, don't wait to put it in there. Just have it in your trunk because you never know when you might have to get that heck out. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's the cause of all this. It almost seems like there's less police, less cops. It almost seems like I hate to say it, it sounds like we're headed toward a lawless world. Oh, I just heard coyotes. You guys hear them? Yeah, where I live, coyotes come into town. It's pretty creepy sometimes because those coyotes, they sound creepy. They sound like people. Sometimes I think that those are like native spirits. But yeah, where I live, it's pretty weird. It's pretty haunted here. Actually, it's really haunted here. You don't want to walk out in the country out here. No, sir. A lot of stories like that. A lot of local legends about creepy stuff here. The first legend, called the Hitchhiker. I didn't believe that for years. Oh yeah, dude. Hey, what's up? Thank you, OG fan. Exactly. I got. Oh wait a minute. No, I haven't uploaded it yet. But yeah, I'm all into that stuff because I grew up hearing all that stuff, and I really believe in that stuff. Oh man, I think right here in our local town we have these two owls, and I think they're skinwalkers. I think for years and years we've heard about them, and there's these really giant owls. They're huge. They're like, I don't know, they look like 3 foot owls with a huge wingspan, and the whole town knows about them. Hey, what's up, Theo? How's it going, guys? Welcome here. Thanks for the likes. I really appreciate that, guys. Um, but I'm gonna make a bunch of videos on skinwalkers. Right now, I got 2 videos. I think about the shadow people. I might have just one up, but I gotta move my videos from TikTok on here. And yeah, that stuff just is always like, I feel like it's been my one of my callings to talk about that. And but a lot of the a lot of the things that I think I was meant to do was to get the fear, like shake that off of all that stuff, and just show like, well, what you can do to protect yourself from all that. Hey, what's up, Chloe? Yeah, like for instance, from all the research I've gathered for the years, is don't sleep in the full darkness. So I recommend anybody out there. I'm not trying to scare you guys. I'm the opposite of that. I recommend don't sleep in full darkness, because that's when that stuff can come. So hence the old legend of closets, right? Well, why the closet? The reason is because the closet is one of the really darkest parts in your house. Another one under the bed, right? So that's where they are. They're in the darkest parts of your house. And I mean, if you think about it, it really makes a lot of sense, right? Doesn't that make a lot of sense? So I'd recommend a nightlight, a salt lamp. That's what they hate, but they especially hate salt. Hold on, guys, 1 second. Yeah, they really, really hate salt. And but especially light and salt. Yeah, they hate those things. They don't want you to know. And then what else do they hate? They hate iron, iron and brass, copper, iron, and brass, but mostly iron. Yeah, like in the old days, the old folklore legends, which I don't think they were legends. I think they were truth. But I think they trick us. They want to throw it down. They want to throw it like they want to make everything seem like, oh, it's fairy tales. No, they don't want you to know. So I have slept with the light off ever since I was 5 years old because I saw something in the dark. Something lives or leaves in the dark. Sleep with nothing but the light on. Oh no, dude, I was like that for years. I don't even know how I used to sleep with the light on. I'll tell you guys my story. I'll tell you the full story next time, but I'll say the quick one. I I I just remember being woken up in the middle of the night, and well, hold on, guys. Oh, I thought I got a weird notification, and I just remember it's sleep paralysis. Couldn't get off my bed. I could move my arms, but I couldn't get off the bed. And I remember trying to scream, and it couldn't. It could not. It was like I felt like I had a sore throat, or like similar to a sore throat, but you could not use vocals to call my parents. I must have been. I think it happened from the age of like 2 to probably the age of 3 to like I was like 12. I remember what happened. But what the real job that those things do, sometimes it's the shadow people, but sometimes it's these other little like they're kind of like gnomes. Their job is to like feed off of your fear. Like that's what they come to do. They want to scare you because they close your voice. They don't want they know it's gonna scare you way more, and like that's their seasoning. Like, like meat, like fear is their seasoning. There's a pheromone that's been proven that our body sprays out, and that's what dogs smell, and that's why like dogs will bite someone too, like out of nowhere, because it's a pheromone they can't resist, and like animals are kind of related to these things. But yeah, what does the skin look? The one around here, um, or do you mean general? Well, the one around here, they say it's a lady that turns into an owl, but they could turn into anything. But the one thing that I have researched, and I really think now, and I'm gonna make some really cool videos about this. I think what they love turning into is your worst fear. So imagine that. So take what I said about like them seasoning the fear that you put out, and like because the more fear, it's like the more seasoning, the more like butter. That's like butter and salt to them. So imagine if they turn into your worst fear, like whatever it is, they'll turn into like a giant, literally a giant version of that. And that's when you hear these stories of like, oh, I was driving in the country and I saw this, you know. But yeah, the skinwalkers around here, they're these owls, and it's actually a Mexican legend, and yeah, it goes back hundreds of years, probably even thousands. In our Mexican culture, it's known as the lechuza, and I'm gonna make a really cool video about that one. And it's known as the Owl Lady. But yeah, yeah, that's like, um, there's different versions. Like people that live in the woods literally have seen. Well, actually, in Spanish, they call it the owl witch. So it's a lady that lives in the woods that turns into an owl. But I kind of think I kind of think those things can read your mind, and they can turn into like whatever they want to, and they can make you think it's a lady. So I think probably forever people thought they saw this lady, and it wasn't even a lady. It was just some demon, you know. And there's a million. I kind of think that mean because they love transforming. And have you seen the movie? Have you guys seen the movie? I recommend you guys go watch the movie The Watchers. It's in the theaters right now. That movie was pretty good. I liked it. It was good, but it was just a little too long. But that movie goes into this into detail. Like I'm not gonna spoil, but oh my gosh, it was pretty darn good, and it was from my favorite director, M. Night Shyamalan. Even though he gets a lot of crap from his other movies, but yeah, it was really good. I thought it was really good, but yeah, it was just a little too long. I'm not. I don't. If you guys want to ask me, I'll ask. I'll answer anything about it. But I'll without spoiling. I'll just say it almost feels like it has like 4 endings or 3 endings. So that's how long it was. think they should have edited it like a little shorter, and it would have been fine. But the one thing I will say, there's stuff in that movie that they've never shown in movies before. I was like, what? Like, and I'm gonna tell you guys a secret. Let me know though in the comments right now if you guys are still there. Do you guys want to know a secret about M Night Shyamalan's movies? I don't get in trouble for this, but I mean it's just a theory. So how can I get in trouble, right, guys? Okay, this light makes me look like I have mean eyebrows, huh? Like cat eyebrows. Okay. So here's the real super secret about M Night Shyamalan's movies. I would say most of his movies are about him telling the truth about what the movie's about. So, I'll give you an example. Signs, he's telling you what aliens really are. But I'm not gonna say it. You gotta go watch it. If you guys want, subscribe to me and go watch it, and then message me in the comment and say what was the movie about on any of my videos, because well, I can't DM on here unless you add me on Instagram. So each one of his movies is about him revealing the truth about what that movie is about. That's supposed to be the real secret about his movies. And if you pay attention to his movies, you'll know, like, he's not lying. it's like, it's like, he's telling you, like, that's why his movies are so good. But Avatar, I haven't seen that one, and that one I think doesn't count. But then again, that wasn't really his movie. That's not his creation, you know. It's like Nickelodeon's movie. So he just got paid for it. He tried. I don't know. I heard it was horrible, but I still want to see it just to check it out one day. I keep forgetting. But okay, so The Sixth Sense. That we all know. That one's about ghosts. He's telling you the truth about ghosts, but he's also telling you what happens when you die, and that really scares the out of me. Like, oh man, I don't think I've ever been scared. Like, okay, I'll tell you. You want to know my worst fear is? My worst fear is werewolves. But I've learned to like them now, even though they're kind of funny. Like a lot of people laugh when I say that, and you guys can laugh. That's fine. Like I don't blame you guys, but what I will say is that um, back to werewolves. What was I saying? Okay, so that's my biggest fear, right? So I really think that um, through history, studying our history, that there's been sightings of all this stuff, like mermaids, you know. And if you pay attention to the movie, I'm trying to remember the movie, Unbreakable. Pay attention what he says in that movie about superheroes, and he said like that they changed and they exaggerate, superpowers. So take that and imagine like them exaggerating werewolves, or imagine them exaggerating everything else. So a lot of that I'll just say, if you do your research, folklore is not folklore. Like it's kind of like common sense too if you think about like if there's thousands and thousands of people saying something, there has to be some truth. I mean, doesn't that make sense, guys? Like, if there was hundreds. Oh, sorry if you guys hear the dog barking. Somebody's gonna come through the alley right now. Let me see. Yeah, sorry if you guys hear the dog. So, if you do your research in history, you're gonna find out that it's too many people, too many coincidences of things happening. People saw stuff. People aren't gonna write a book, draw all these pictures, and be like telling people to not go through there because something was there. They saw something in the woods, they saw something in the ocean, they saw something in the sky, they saw something crawling in a tree, chased them, and You know, that's how it is. But now it's not that common. Why is it not that common? Let's try to think. Why would there be less stuff of that? Well, it's kind of common sense too. If you really think about it, why would there be why do we have way less sightings now? It's because we have so much trees and land has been taken over by what? Cities, by malls, by building houses over it. So where do these things go? Well, there's only one place they can go. Well, actually, I think it's two places, maybe three. They go underground. That's the inner earth stories. But at the same time, who's to say that they can't build their own dimension that's like right in front of us, but it's invisible? That's what the fairies are supposed to be. They're just like, they're just on this other level of high vibrational conscious that we can't see. That's what I think. It's kind of like your remote control, right? We can't see that frequency, like the wind. We can't see that. We can feel it. You know, I think it's all about vibration and energy. You know, but it's like on this higher level, and we just can't see it. But I mean, also those things could just be underground. There's tons of stories of underground tunnels, the inner earth, Lemuria, all this inner earth stuff. But yeah, I have a number of different fears, but my biggest fear is the fear of death. Oh, well, yeah, that's like a given when you start realizing that, yeah, like our mortality in this life, you come to grips with it, and you're like, yeah, like one day we're all gonna go. But I've heard some really beautiful stories though about near death experiences too. Like there's a lot of fear about that, but there's really beautiful ones too. Like I'm just so shocked about people that are. I'm just so shocked about people that have said the stories where dying was like the best thing they did, and they said there's no reason to fear death, and that they got a second chance to come back. You know. But I've heard some stories that are just like so different. So I'm like, that's what shocks me about that is like, how can that be? Like, how can there be different versions of that? You know? But I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense though, because for years and years, I was like, how does that make sense? How can people die different? How can there be different kinds of deaths? And I'm like, well, it makes sense because there's so many different cultures. It's kind of like there's different versions of Santa Claus. You know, and Santa Claus was based on an actual saint. He wasn't all fairy tale. He was an actual saint that would go visit and like bless kids, like orphans and stuff, with gifts, food, candy, and toys. And I think we should all be like that. But but yeah, I mean, I've even heard in the Japanese culture that the near-death experience is very different. I've heard of this light, like in their culture, a light always like they call it a something light. I can't remember what they call it. Like a light that comes in the room, and they know it's gonna take them. Like they've passed it on for years to each other, and they like they're ready for the light to take them. And sometimes they say it's like a little tiny light that comes. Some say it's like a big one, a big bright one. But it's basically they know that that light is going to take them to their real home. And I think that's kind of beautiful. But I've heard the most beautiful stories. Like another one I heard was like when you die, you get to see that light, like death is like life and death like is just the beginning. Like it goes on, and like somebody was even shown like this giant rope, like this giant rope, and it had like spirals of threads. It was made out of threads, little tiny threads, but it was gigantic and strong. And each one of those little threads on that rope was somebody's life, where they started and where they're going still. But it doesn't end. And that's just amazing to me. I really recommend Dolores Cannon if you guys like hearing about stuff like that. She's the best. She passed away in 2012, I think, or 2013, I think. She is the best, man. I love her. She's like everybody's grandma. Her stuff is like always positive. It's always hopeful. And man, she is always been next level. I remember I think I started hearing her in 2005, 2006. Can't even believe it's been that long. It doesn't even feel like it's been that long. But yeah, you guys got to check her stuff out. Dolores Cannon. And she's a. Right now, a lot of people are barely catching on to her stuff. They're putting it on TikTok, her famous videos. But, yeah, Theo, no, that's normal. It's normal to fear death, but there's a lot of positive things about people when they die. A lot of times you get to come back. Oh, it's 2:36 a.m. and lately I've been staying up late, and I need to go to sleep earlier, but I've just been talking to you guys at this time. I would say, yeah. Where are you from, Theo? I'm from California, and the weather is really nice outside right now. It's another reason I like coming out here because the weather's really nice at this time. Oh, in the daytime it's brutal around here. Oh, it's so hot. I think it was like 112 today, 112. Can you guys imagine that where you're at? 112. Oh, nice, Theo. That's cool. You know what? I actually have a couple friends from South Africa, and that's crazy. You're like the fourth person that I've talked to from South Africa. And but I need to start streaming earlier. But for some reason lately, it's always been around this time. And yeah, and if you guys like this, I really would appreciate it if you guys subscribe. It would mean so much. I'm also gonna get a better microphone, and I'm gonna start doing like OBS videos with like me showing you videos of really interesting stuff, and like we could watch it together. And I'm gonna pause it and then ask you guys what you guys think of it, and then I could show you like some old clips of stuff I found. I'm gonna start doing these UFO slash volcano videos, and that's gonna be fun because I love extraterrestrial UFO mysterious unknown stuff. I love that stuff. Yeah, I've always been into that since I was a baby. I grew up on that stuff because of my dad. Yeah, me and my dad and my grandpa were always into that stuff. I guess if it wasn't for them. Yeah. Well, life is amazing. Yeah, just out here in the campfire. You know what I found out yesterday? I found out that Steve from Stranger Things has a band, and they're called D DJO. It stands for Joe, and And that's how he says Joe. It's just DJO. I forgot his real name, Joe. I almost remembered it, but he got some really good music, guys. It sounds almost like 70s, 60s, kind of like groovy, kind of like soul rock, kind of. But yeah, thanks, Theo. Yeah, it would be cool. Um, I forgot what I was gonna ask you guys. Let me try this thing. Let me see if it works. Let's see. Oh, there's the what do. Oh, hold on. I'm just asking. Oops. Hold on. Um, I don't know how to do that. Oh, these have to be. Trying to start a poll. Okay. 1 second. All right. So I guess it pops up there, or where? Okay, there it is. Cool. I've never used that thing. I just, I can't wait. Can't see what people say about that. That'll be fun for a little bit. See if people come in and. Well, I'm bilingual. I'm Spanish and Mexican, and French. I don't speak French though. I wish I did. We speak English and Spanish. Those are the only two languages I know. A little bit of Italian. A little bit of. No, it's just those. I'm thinking. I'm thinking. Do I know another one? Um. Yeah, bilingual, so I can speak Spanish pretty good. Sometimes I can speak it really, really good. Just depends. But English, mostly English, unless you count Pig Latin. I don't like Pig Latin. I used to love Pig Latin. I think it's so annoying now. I think it's so funny and cheesy. It's funny though. That's cool, Theo. 1 second. Oh, okay, there it is. I had to check something. I don't know if it stopped the stream. My favorite movie? Oh, I can't name one, Theo. I'd have to name like at least 12 of them. But off the top of my head, I would say, that's a really hard one. I kind of would say, yeah, off the top of my head, it'd be The Ghost and The Darkness. Have you guys heard of that movie? Yeah, that movie is it's gonna be on my like top 10, top 5. That one is like Oh my gosh, that movie is so spiritual and so powerful. I can't think of another movie like that. That Val Kilmer, and it has the best casting ever. It has Val Kilmer, it has Kirk Douglas. Michael Douglas. That's his son, Michael Douglas. Yeah, and they're just, oh my gosh, Africa is so beautiful. It's in Africa in the like 1800s, I think, and they're trying to kill these they're trying to hunt these lions that are killing people. It's based on a true story. I didn't even know there was 8 Harry Potters. Wow, it looks like I have to catch up on all those. Yeah, I really I can't remember the Harry Potter movies. I'm sorry, but no, I'm gonna watch them. I'm gonna watch them. I'm gonna start them from the first to the second. You know why I couldn't get into Harry Potter that much? But I'm gonna check them out now for sure. Especially because my girlfriend really likes Harry Potter. It's because there used to be this Halloween special. I don't know if you guys heard about it. It was called The Worst Witch. And believe it or not, Harry Potter was based off of that. And I don't know if they ever tried to sue the Harry Potter author or whatever, but that's where Harry Potter got all their stuff. Like Hogwarts, all that, the school to learning spells. It's based off an 80s movies. Excuse me. Based off an 80s movie called The Worst Witch, and it's like a little cheap movie, and it features Tim Curry in it. And it's like a cheesy little. Oh my gosh, that gives me like the chills remembering that movie. But back to my favorite movie. Oh my gosh, you can't. Everybody out there, please go watch it. Michael Douglas, Val Kilmer, trying to hunt these demonic. I don't even know what the heck, these evil lions that are killing hundreds of people in his village. And it's based on a true story. I think that movie was from '96. Oh, thank you, Bandy. Thank you. I really appreciate that about the portals. Oh, the organic portals one? Yeah. I'm gonna start adding pictures to those because I kind of don't like the way I look. But thank you, Brandy, and anyone subscribing out there, thank you guys so much. If you guys subscribe and leave a like if you can too, that would really appreciate that. And I would love to talk to you guys again if you guys come in here. Even in the comments too. When I'm not in here, you guys can ask me a question in the comments. I really, I really research like everything, guys. Like, if you guys have something you want me to research, I promise I'll research it for you. Um, like, you guys can name any subject. Like, if you want to talk on here, name anything, and cause I do everything. More on NPCs if you get time. Oh, thank you, Bandy. Yeah, if you subscribe, I promise I'll do on NPCs. And next time, I get on here, I'll literally like I'll answer your questions about NPCs too. But I'm gonna make a bunch of videos on that because my friend, me and him, we always talk about that stuff. Thank you, Bandy. Bandy, I really. Are you from the UK, Bandy? Just, I'm just guessing, but I don't know why I feel like you're from the UK. Oh, okay, Australia. All right, cool. You're like the fifth person I got from Australia. Thank you, Theo. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for coming on here. It almost seems like I have more friends from that aren't from the States. and that's cool because maybe one day I'll visit you guys. I yeah, it seems like I don't really get people from the states on here anymore, and there's nothing wrong with that. You're cool, Bandy. I like your name, Bandy Boo. Bandy Boo. You know, I'm a huge fan of Crocodile Dundee. Is that movie still big over there? Oh, I'm the hugest fan of that. It almost makes me want to cry because it reminds me of my dad when he was alive. We used to watch that movie when I was a little kid, and I need to start watching those movies again, guys. Any Crocodile Dundee fans? I love those movies so much. It's crazy. I haven't seen those movies since I was a kid, but those movies will always be like so close to my heart. Yep, there you go, Bandy. Oh my gosh, I love the whole like when he ties that like thing that it looks kind of like a boomerang, and he's making that noise, and like they're saying it's a giant bird, and it's like oh my gosh, that makes me want to watch it right now. I'm getting the chills. But like it just that movie makes me feel like my dad never died. Like that's something very spiritual and amazing about those movies. I'm like, how did they come up with those ideas? It's just like magical. Nobody talks about those movies anymore. Oh my gosh! And then me and my dad used to always quote the part where like he says, "Nah, needs garlic." Like the Aborigines are eating bats. Yeah, the Aborigines are eating bats, and the crocodile. He asked them, "Is that good?" And they're going, "Nah, needs garlic." we always, we always would talk about that. I'm sure me and my dad still talk about that in my dreams. Yeah, I love those. I think tomorrow I'm gonna get some snacks. And I'm gonna watch at least the first one. Maybe part two, maybe both of them. But man, those movies were something. You know, they were like, dang, I'm sorry, guys. I'm just like reminiscing, remembering. Like I haven't thought of those, I haven't thought of that in a while. But yeah, okay. Yeah, first one is the best. I'm trying to remember the second one. The second one is where he comes to the city, right? Yeah, is that Oh my god, I can't remember right now. Yeah, I think. Really, I can't remember the second one right now. I know they made a third one and it was terrible. They tried to make a third one and I could have sworn it was like not even worth watching. He has kids or something. I cannot remember the second one right now. I'm gonna have to look them up right now. But yeah, Ghost in the Darkness. I'd say second, but my second favorite movie is. Let me see. I hope I'm not talking too loud. Second favorite movie would probably be. Man, I want to say Legend. No, I like that one, but like something else. Oh, you know which one? I think it's a tie between Little Monsters with Fred Savage and his brother Ben Savage. Real Monsters and The Wizard. Cause I grew up with those movies. Like they were. I felt like I was him. I felt like I was Fred Savage. Yeah. Alright, man. I'm gonna do videos on. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do some videos on Little Monsters because I think that goes into the whole thing I was talking about, the Full Monty. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen that in a long time. That one I gotta see. I'll probably watch it this coming week. Yeah, that one's a good one. Dang it, I'm trying to remember. Have you guys seen Caveman? The old Caveman movie? That one's a classic too. That one's actually a really good one. Like they didn't even use it. They made up their own language for that movie. So that was really cool. That was like old movies. Oh, I'm a huge fan of Dennis Quaid. Anything Dennis Quaid? Oh, I love Dennis Quaid. I would recommend the three movies: Enemy Mine, um, Inner Space, Inner Space with Dennis Quaid and Martin Short, and Dreamscape. Well, that Dreamscape's the older one. That one's really older, but that one was about. It's kind of like Inception. Dreamscape was pretty much the '80s version of Inception. Yeah, really interesting. That movie was ahead of its time, big time. Yeah, Inception was like that was a really good one too. That one sounds really familiar, Bandy. That sounds super familiar. I kind of feel like me and my dad saw that one too. Oh, you know what movie you reminded me when you said that? You made me think of. I think that's one of my favorites too. Like I would say it's up there with Ghost in the Darkness, but it's totally comedy. Uh, Young Einstein with Yahoo series. That is a amazing movie, and I'm pretty sure you've seen that one, Bandy. Yeah, Young Einstein. Oh my gosh, Yahoo series is